What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is JP Hoover and this is Nova. Today we're going to be taking a look at Nova's dry sump setup. So as you guys may know, if you follow our social media, we did lose the LS3 last time we were at Road Atlanta. So we're going to be doing a full rebuild series on that, which I hope you guys are going to enjoy. I'm looking forward to recording it. And yeah, today we're going to be taking a look at that dry sump setup, hopefully replacing all the seals in the pump and making sure that nothing else is broken. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We also are kind of increasing the quality here already. I got some mics for Christmas from my girlfriend, which is super awesome. I love them so far and I hope you guys enjoy them. And also I'm trying out a new camera setup. Previously I was recording it on my iPhone, so we got a somewhat more legit camera, but we'll see how it goes. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and let's get right into it. Alrighty guys, we are at the bench. We are going to be taking a look, just a little unboxing of what Aviaid sent over. Super nice packaging. This was in a box full of packing peanuts, so super good there. Huge shout out to Chris for helping us with all this stuff. But yeah, let's take a look at what we got here. So first off, we have our full rebuild kit, which includes all the little O-rings for each stage. We have the newer model of their 3-stage, so it is an O-ring seal. And yeah, all full seal kit, also some hardware included. So super excited to get this thing torn down and do a full refresh. We also got a new belt from them, which is a Jones, and there's the part number if you guys are interested in this kit. And then this is the tank O-ring. So full rebuild kit, which is super exciting, full refresh kit for everything. And yeah, let's go ahead and get the pump on the table and take a look at it. All right guys, so we got the pump out on the table. As you can see, we got each of our stages and we're gonna be doing a full teardown on this thing. So let's go ahead and get this thing rigged up. I'm gonna make a little mount for it for our workbench, and yeah, we'll take a look at it. Alrighty guys, so we got the pump on the table. We're gonna go ahead and remove the set screws in the front of the pump. These are just 1/8 inch Allens. So we're gonna go ahead and remove those. Alrighty, so as we saw in the previous clip, we went ahead and removed those 1/8 inch set screws. There are 4 of them right here. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this 3/32 Allen so that we can get our idler shaft pulled out once we get the back half taken off. So again, this is just a 3/32 Allen. All right, and there we go. All right, so now that we got everything removed on the front face, we're gonna go ahead and flip it around. Alrighty guys, so now we are going to go ahead and remove the 3/32 set screws from the bearing cover. These guys are super tiny. And then once we remove those 3/32 screws, our bearing cap should come off. All right guys, now that we got our bearing cap off, we can come in here with a 1/4 inch hex and remove our 4 main set screws. Go ahead and do that. All right guys, now that we got our 4 main studs out, we're gonna go ahead and take some snap ring pliers and take the snap ring off of our main drive shaft here. So I'll just go ahead and remove this guy. That to the side. And now that we got everything off, we should be able to remove our regulator cap. So this should just lift off, just like so. And as you can see, we have the Gen 2 Aviaid pump, which has an O-ring that seals the pump up. So as you can see, we got a regulator in here, which is this adjustment screw. This is going to adjust your pressure and how much the pump is actually outputting. This section here is our pressure side, and as you can see, we can take off the pressure housing. Alrighty guys, now that we got our regulator off and the pressure housing off, we can see the gear set. So these are spur gears, which are pretty commonly used for the pressure side of a dry sump system. So far I haven't seen any damage, but we're just gonna go ahead and remove this gear set. You can see we got our idler shaft here and our drive shaft here. So just simply pull these guys off. Set these aside. All right, now that we got our gears off, we can see on the drive shaft, there are these little keyways called Woodruff keys. These obviously allow the gears to engage on the drive shaft and spin. So we're just gonna set these off to the side. And now we can pull our second stage apart. So we have our separator plate here between the scavenge stage and our pressure stage. And now we are into the scavenge stage of the pump. So we can go ahead and remove our scavenge stage housing, set that off to the side, pull our idler and our drive gears off, grab our Woodruff key, and pull our next separator plate off. As you can see, there's a little bit of wear, but it's nothing to be concerned about. This is our separator plate between each scavenge stage, which remains open so that scavenge stages can kind of pull oil from each other. This is our third and final stage. I'm gonna go ahead and set this housing to the side. And go ahead and pull our idler gear off. And then pull our drive gear off. And we can take our final Woodruff key and set that to the side as well. Alrighty guys, so now that we got our pump disassembled, we have our idler shaft here, as you can see. We're gonna go ahead and set this to the side. And removed, we can go ahead and pull our drive shaft through. Alrighty guys, so unfortunately I did lose some footage, and the only footage I have of cleaning and reassembly is these time lapses. So as you can see, we thoroughly cleaned everything off, replaced the O-rings in each segment, so just be on the lookout for those when you're reassembling. And basically reassembly is just every step that we took inverse. So as you can see, we're putting each stage back on, putting all the gear sets in, making sure that the Woodruff keys are in the drive shaft. The one thing that we did have to do for the idler shaft is put some white lithium grease, which you guys will see in your rebuild instructions from Aviaid. You just put it in the bottom side of the pump. And yeah, basically right now we are also putting some white lithium grease in the top side and the regular side of the pump. And once we get all of that, we can get our regulator back on. And you can see here, I'm kind of struggling with the height of the drive shaft, but once we tap it into place, we can go ahead and get our regular side back on, which will eventually allow us to get our snap ring in place. And as you can see here, I'm just going through and putting some anti-seize on these studs because they're going into an aluminum housing. So let's get these torqued up. All right, so that first pass was 20 inch-pounds. Now we're gonna go up to 50 inch-pounds for our final pass. Perfect, y'all. Now that we got all that torqued up, we can go ahead and put our back retainer on. As you can see, we got our snap ring here. That's just gonna go on the back of our shaft. Perfect. All right guys, we got the pump fully assembled. Well, fully. We got our scavenge stages together and our pressure stage, and we got our 4 main studs in and fully torqued. The final torque spec on these guys were 60 inch-pounds, and now we're gonna go through, flip this thing over, and make sure that everything spins freely. Perfect. Yeah, look at that. I don't know if you guys can see it, but each gear set is turning in there, so spins super freely. That's very nice. That's what we want to see. Everything looks great so far. So now we're going to go ahead and tighten down our idler shaft bolt. Some of the older Aviaid pumps do not have this, but it's just very hand tight until there is no more movement on the screw, so don't torque it down because that can damage your housings. All right guys, it doesn't call for this, but I am putting some thread sealant on the set screw for the idler shaft, just in case, because this is a open section of the pump. Go ahead and install this. Again, you do not want to torque this guy down. You just want to put it in there until it stops moving per the instructions. All right, and that's all we need from that guy. Wipe this excess sealant off. We'll give that time to set. All right guys, now our next step will be installing our 4 set screws into the front of the housing. Right here, right here, right here. And these press against the studs. These do need to be sealed. All right guys, sorry about that. The GoPro ended up dying, but we got these 4 top set screws in. Those push down on the studs. And basically all you do is take some thread sealant to lock them in place. So yeah, we did that, cover them in sealant, and then torque them to 60 inch-pounds each. And now we can go ahead and get our retaining screws on and our back retaining plate, and then the pump's ready to go. Alrighty guys, so for our seal retainer, we just have these 2 Phillips head screws. I'm gonna go ahead and put some blue Loctite on both of these. All right guys, so that is the front side of our pump fully assembled. And as you can see, still spins freely. Looks perfect. So now we're gonna flip it over and get our back plate on. All right guys, so we got our back cover here for our captive bearing, and we are going to make sure this O-ring is lubed up so it doesn't break. All right guys, so as I was saying, now that we have our back cover installed, we're gonna take these little tiny machine screws, and I'm gonna just put some blue thread locker on here. And there we go. That is an Aviaid 3-stage dry sump, fully assembled. Looks good as new, and hopefully runs good as new. All right, y'all, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. As you can see, we got our pump back together and fully reassembled. A huge shout out to the guys over at Aviaid, specifically Chris. He's been a massive help through this whole process, and this was just a really fun project. So I highly recommend rebuilding your own pump if you're thinking about doing it. And yeah, just make sure you take a lot of pictures, a lot of videos on the disassembly so you can remember where everything goes. And yeah, it's a very, very simple, very easy install. So I hope this video was a little bit informational, and yeah, kind of just keeping you guys up to date on where we are with Nova. So I'm excited to get this engine rebuilt. That video should be coming here in a couple of weeks. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Glory to God that we get to work on such beautiful cars, such beautiful systems. And yeah, always remember, Jesus loves y'all. Y'all have a blessed week.